let's talk briefly about Office 2010. For those people who are still out there on Office XP or Office 2003, they haven't seen the ribbon or the XML files, formats, things like that. But for someone who's been using Office 2007, what does Office 2010 bring to the party for them?
Office 2010 is going to bring a few things for them. It's going to have the ribbon and other interfaces like Outlook now gets a ribbon. A couple of the other applications like Visio and Project that didn't have ribbons access now get ribbons. So we're trying to unify that language. And we can talk for hours about the ribbon and why it's designed. Right. It's a very important design concept. And something I think it's the right thing to do to make our products easier to use. But from a standpoint going from 2007 to 2010, you're going to see, when I think about Office 2010 in a comparison, I think of it now as the client to SharePoint. And it really has a lot of hooks in to make it integrating in with SharePoint easier, whether it's working with spreadsheets and saving them back up or broadcasting slide decks if you don't have live meeting or something like that internally. We really have done a lot of work to make that integration go smoother than it's been in the past. And when you think about SharePoint and you think about working with Excel, for example, you think about self-service here, right? Because what do we do as IT admins? So generally we help run reports and we run that data and we give it to the folks that do the BI on top of it. And if something changes or they need more data, we have to run another report for them to work with. Well, now we can empower them via SharePoint, via data connection objects to talk to the databases directly through things like Power Pivot for SharePoint or Power Pivot for Excel. It allows me to work with that data directly. It's something new that we've put in. We've exposed it and different things. My favorite fun thing is always, especially from a PowerPoint perspective, you get all kinds of new transitions since I live in PowerPoint. Being a professional presenter does a lot of those types of work. But you're going to see a lot of neat integration features in, especially with that collaboration in the screen, but really streamlining between the front end and our client to the back end. One of my favorite things inside of Word is that everybody does, hopefully at some time has done the review changes. So you send an email and you get different changes and this person edited this part of the document, this person edited that part of the document. Well, the interesting thing now that happens is that when you have these documents coming off of SharePoint, you can do what is called co-authoring. It's Word 2010, and what will happen is you'll see the person making edits as you save and update the changes inside of your document and where they're actually editing. So you have two people working on a live document at the exact same time.
Wow.
Very cool stuff. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of collaboration story coming through that. And that's just to name a couple of the things. And really, if you're looking at that SharePoint environment, Office 2010 has a ton to add. One of the things about Office 2010 I think you'll find exciting is just the ability to work with different objects. One of the things that we released was a new add-in, because when you look at people coming from Office 2003, what was the biggest change? It was the ribbon. Yeah. Why was the ribbon designed? And it was designed to handle a couple things, make things easier to find. But at Microsoft, and everybody that's listening to this right now, you can go to the Microsoft website and request a new feature. You can request a new feature for Windows, Word, server product, whatever. And what the Office group found, and I can't remember what the number is, it's somewhere between 85 to 95%, or 85 to 90% of those requests that were coming to the Office team were features that either already existed or hidden inside of Office. So people were saying, I want this in Office, and our answer was, it's already there, but they couldn't find it. And that was with Office 2003, so the ribbon was designed to help expose some of those features that people just didn't know were there in the product. And it was part of, when you think about, Word 2.0, it came out, I think, in '89, it had 2 toolbars. Office 2003, when it shipped, had 31 toolbars. So it was customers like yourself saying, hey, we want these features, and we were adding them in, we just weren't telling anybody where they were. Yeah. So the ribbon does a really nice job to help you with those features and those functionality and kind of peel back some of the covers a little bit.
I did do some heavy-duty stuff with tables in Word, and I don't do that often, but the ribbon just kind of led me through it because it's just so context sensitive, and it was right there with the tools I needed. And I think there's that one person out there who's looking for Clippy for the ribbon, but
Clippy's gone. I joke when everybody says I want to get rid of the ribbon, and like, well, the only way to get the ribbon is called Office 2003. That's the only way you're going to get rid of the ribbon. Yeah. It's not going to go away, and if anything else, you're going to see the ribbon in more and more apps. SharePoint has a ribbon. If you have Windows 7, open up Paint, you have a ribbon.
Yeah, right.
The ribbon's going to be kind of much everywhere. The one thing I'll encourage you, because we released this add-in. And I don't think it was there for Office 2007, but it will work on 2007. There's an application out there. You can do a search and just do a search for Ribbon Hero for Office. It's an add-in made by Office Labs, our internal group, and it's a little game, and it'll actually take you through challenges. And even if you know the keyboard shortcuts, it doesn't matter. You have to know how to use the ribbon. And it's like, how do you bold a word via the ribbon, or how do you make smart art via the ribbon? It steps you through these challenges, and you get points. So if you curly please them, you get a point total. And the funny thing, if they added in when they released it, they had a Facebook connection, so you can actually brag to your friends like, I have 500 points on Ribbon Hero for Word. Ribbon Hero, and I'm not making this up, but it's, think about how we learn technology. I'm very much, hey, let's have fun with technology. It's the best way to learn. And think about when the mouse first came out. How did we learn how to use the mouse? We played Solitaire, right?
It's brilliant.
Solitaire or Minesweeper. That's how we taught people how to use the mouse. Well, now we never taught people how to use the ribbon, and I'm glad we have the Ribbon Hero out there to actually do it, and you can actually download it.